This is the Risk Grandnovice Series, where I, a Grandmaster on the free-for-all ladder, share a lower ranked game. From this, hopefully more people will see the game of Risk, newer players can improve their play, and maybe we'll get to see something crazy. The thing you need to take from this, number one thing you need to take from this is you don't have to be number one to have fun. So get out there, play some Risk, and the more people who do that, the better it is for all of us. The more people go into this game, the more people who are having fun, the more people who are playing with each other. It's just better for the whole community. So it took a very long time, very, very long time to fill this lobby with even just 5 people. So, and then one of them didn't ready up, and looks like we got something funky going on down here, but let's place our capital first. I think this is probably pretty out of the way, although I don't want to stop Black from getting their bonus, but that's such a huge bonus, I'm not sure they actually take it. The other players let them hold, I'm not sure. If I go here, I don't want to block the purple player from taking what they might want to take. Let's sit over here out of the way. For those who don't know, what we do here is we go into a lower ranked game and we try and minimize our impact and remove ourselves from the game. So we're really watching how lower ranked players play a lower ranked game. So a lot of people who are going into this game are brand new. They don't know a lot about it. They go into a game and it's either going to look something like this with other lower ranked players, or it's going to be full of individuals who are even just one individual who's really good at the game can really make the rest of it not very fun. You don't get to see what it looks like to play against people who are like you. And then when content creators post online, they're posting good games. They're posting games where they play well. So we're gonna give some tips to the individuals who go into games who are lower ranked, go into games like this, and see the game played like how they play the game, and hopefully get some tips and hopefully have some fun. So, long introduction for people here. If you're here in the like 20th episode, I think you might know what's going on, but just in case, now you really know. So this is very interesting. The green player is a neutral bot, so it capped right here. It will continue to stack on itself forever because it wasn't a surrendered player. Surrendered player with a neutral AI would surrender after 10 minutes, but this player, or sorry, a player that has left the game, it would surrender after 10 minutes. But that is not the case right here. We're gonna remove ourselves as quickly as possible. And we'll probably roll down this cap a little bit. Not hand it over to the black player, but not make it too easy to take yet. So, unless the blue player is able to secure the troop income to be able to overcome the green neutral AI, they are essentially blocked in here, except for this way out. But once they take this, they're not going to be able to go and utilize the stack that's on their capital after this is taken and they've blocked themselves in. So that's interesting. I don't know if I like that choice from the blue player, unless they did it specifically knowing that the AI was right here and they chose. Oh, so the black player is just going to leave right away. Oh boy, this is a very interesting game. So we've got a surrendered black player. We've got a neutral green AI. We've got myself, who's going to be removed from the game as soon as possible. So what this really is now we're in a 1v1. So, oh gosh, I feel kind of thrown into this. We're a 1v1. I think the purple player has a huge advantage with their cap being more open. They're going to secure a bonus quickly. Turn 3, turn 4, something like that. And it looks very good for the purple player in this number 1. in this 1v1, if the blue player hadn't have put their cap in the location they put their cap, I think this game would look very, very different if their cap was out here, if it had access to the world, but it does not. So roll ourselves down. So if you're the blue player, what can you do? Right? We're in a fixed game, so we're going to see these trade-ins come. I think once we see these trade-ins come, the purple player is going to get really heavy guards on their bonus, which is a +4. And once we see that happen, I think it's going to be very hard for the blue player to gain any momentum, because really they're not going to be able to secure a bonus. And in a fixed game, having bonuses is very, very important because of that troop income. And if I were the blue player right now, what do I do? So this is sort of a natural guard, and I don't put any more on this capital. I think what I do is I focus on creating these floating stacks out here. These stacks need to stop the purple player from getting a bonus while trying to secure myself a bonus, which is going to be very hard because the only clear bonus to take right now is this one. This is the only clear, clean, easy bonus to take. It doesn't have the AI in it, and it is purple's bonus. So right now, the way the game is going, it should go towards the purple player. We already said what the purple player should do. They should secure their bonus, make sure they're guarding it very well. And hopefully, okay, roll ourselves down a bit again. And hopefully the purple player, if you're the blue player, hopefully the purple player, the mistake they would be making is if they started rolling the neutral AI. Doing that is going to be putting troops into the neutral AI that is not going in to the blue player. If you're the purple player and you want to close this out pretty quickly, after you secure your bonus, or maybe even before you secure your bonus, you need to be knocking out the externals of the blue player, which sounds so odd to say the externals on such a small map like this, but the blue players really just trap themselves in here. And unfortunately, I think we might see the blue player hit this 10 here pretty soon, which I would not like to see. But where can the blue player take a card? I suppose what they can do is they can put one on this 3, and they actually have the trade in right now, so they're going to be getting 12 troops, and they are going to take the capital from the green player. This is awesome. This is a great move for the blue player. This is going to put them in a position where they're going to be getting the troop income from having a second capital, and they should be able to take the +3 very soon of the black player if the purple player does nothing to stop this. Does the purple player have a trade, and does the purple player use that trade to take this capital from the blue player? That would be a power move. And honestly, they could do that right now if they wanted to roll it, if they wanted to come through with this 17. I'll be honest, this started out slow. I feel like I started out slow, but I'm awake now. I'm awake. It really did take, gosh, a long time to fill a lobby. I wanted to fill a lobby of this as World Dom, and I didn't want to open it up to anything higher than intermediates, because I knew if I wasn't filling a lobby, oh my gosh, so the trade on 3 does come in. We have a 32 right now. What's the purple player going to use it for? That's 100% cap roll if they want to take it. Are they going to do that? This is their time to act. Will they ever be as strong relative to the blue player as they are right now? And they are going to roll it. They're going to have a 17 cap right next to the 13 of the blue player. The blue player honestly may just surrender. I think they could play it out. They could try and take out the yellow player to guarantee themselves a higher placement. But as is, it does not look good for the blue player. Wow. If anything, the blue player should have taken troops from this 13 and fortified them up, because the only way, but then the stack from the purple player could have came through this 9 and rolled this capital. So really just a tough spot for the blue player. What are they going to choose to do? If you're the blue player right now and you're playing the ranked ladder because you care about your rank, what you do is, I think, you add couple here, a couple here, you take a card, and then you fortify your 11 up, and you get ready to knock me out of the game for that higher placement. So that's what you're gonna need to do if you're playing that way. If you're playing for first right now, gosh, I guess that's an option. Maybe still going for me is an option. There we go. Okay, so that 11 is actually going to be fortified up. Are they lining up to hit me? I do think they are. Probably a very good choice. I've been very consistent in the way I'm playing, which is poorly. As I was saying, I was trying to fill a lobby with the with intermediates, world dom on this map, and I knew that if I opened up, if it wasn't filling it with intermediates and I did all the same settings but opened it up to experts, I was just going to get experts in there because it wasn't filling up with anybody else. So what I did was I changed it to capitals and kept it on intermediates. So I'm very happy with that decision. We are getting a game right now, and purple player should feel very good about this, although not securing their bonus. It is very odd. That would put additional pressure on the blue player, because right now the blue player is lining up to take the yellow, my capital, which if the purple player were to take their bonus, it would put this additional pressure on the blue player to either break the purple player or to take that capital. So I think definitely could have been played differently by the purple player. Let's see what the blue player chooses to do. So they could add 3 right here for the 100% roll and then put the other 2 right here. That is an option. They're going to roll this 16. I'm going to be removed from the game. Let's see how that roll turned out and if that is a good move. I do like that they chose to do that. They did what I suggested, although they surely can't hear me. So it looks like it was a very good roll, actually. Having 10 left, it was lost 5 troops on the 7 of the capital. That is a great roll, and what that does is that puts the blue player in a better position than they were before. They're still behind the purple player, but taking me out guarantees higher rank points than they would have otherwise gotten if they had just fought with purple and lost before the yellow player was taken out. So good for them. Definitely the right move, I think, as far as trooping him goes, and the right move as far as playing for rank goes, if that's what you're doing here. So I think it was a great idea. It was a great move. Still the purple player's game, but the blue player still has things to say about it. And I like that the blue player has chosen not to leave. We're going to be coming into these possible trades on 3 again. Will the blue player have a trade on 3? And will it be a big one? It is a big trade on 3. What are they going to do with all this extra troop income? Is that enough to hit the 19? Let's see if they get 7 plus 10. That's going to be 17, which is going to make this a 30 sec. 30 doesn't break 19, I don't think. So instead, they're going to beef up their capital. They're going to come up here, and they're going to have this floating stack to move around and really be in the way of the purple player, because as it sits right now, the troop income of the purple and the blue player are the same. It's the same troop income. Now, the purple player is ahead because they have had that second capital longer than the blue players had that second capital. And honestly, they're actually pretty far ahead because the blue player is over attacking right now. And also the purple player has not traded yet while the blue player has traded. So purple player still in the lead. Don't let the 42 to 43 fool you, because now it's 42 to 50 with a possible trade coming in. What does the purple player choose to do with their troops, and do they have a trade? Is it big, and do they trade it in? So they are just going to be having a 26 down here. They could roll that 13. It's not 100% roll, but it is very threatening. If anything, having a big stack right there is going to force the blue player to put troops on there to make sure it doesn't get rolled. So I like this choice from the purple player. The blue player now is going to have to continuously put troops on that capital, or it might get rolled. And then what does the blue player do? 8 troops coming in because the blue player is holding 12 territories. I said they overattacked, but maybe I misspoke, because that extra troop of income, maybe mathematically in the just couple turns we watched, isn't great, but in the long term, I could see that paying off. So let's see what happens. I wonder if anyone's ever going to bite the bullet and hit the green player. That would be an interesting choice. See what the purple player chooses to do now. They should be having a trade. If not now, then definitely the next turn. If they are able to take a card this round, what are they going to choose to do? It is going to be a 6 trade from the purple player. I do not know if that is worth rolling the blue capital, but that is the purple player's next step, I think. Are they going to choose to do it, or are they just going to take a card and pass? And they are going to choose to do it, and it is a successful roll, and it's not a bad one at all. This puts the blue player in a very, very tough position. What do you do now if you're the blue player? The purple player looks like they might also be deciding to take their bonuses. Is that what they're going to choose to do, or are they just going to choose to split a few off so they can reinforce that capital down here? That is what they are doing. They're going to reinforce this capital down here, and the blue player in such a tough position. What do you choose to do if you're the blue player? So if you're the blue player, you either fight for first or you don't, right? You either the blue player will fight for first, or the blue player will not fight for first. So if the blue player chooses to fight for first, what should they choose to do? Gosh, the troop income is just going to be hugely different between the two. One is going to be getting 3 capitals worth, the other one 1 capital's worth. So as is, current state of the game, it is not going to work out. So the blue player has to do something to change that, which would either be increasing their troop income or decreasing purple's troop income. So the blue player is not going to continue to hold 12 territories. And so there is not that. I don't think troop income is going to come from there. The blue player isn't in a great position to take any bonuses, while the purple player is in a great position to take 2 bonuses, I think. So that's rough. That's rough. I suppose what the blue player can do is sit back and not directly fight the purple player, at least not very hard, fight the purple player, and then hope the purple player puts their troops of income into the green player as they try to expand. I think if I'm the blue player, you might just have to play that way. Although the neutral AI is not going to be worth any points right now on any ladder points, any ranked points. So right now, the blue player has secured second. The blue player has secured second. So really all there is to do is play for first. So how do we play for first? Like I said, I think it might just be getting big quietly, letting the purple player hopefully put troops into the green player and try to sneak in there and do a little reverse. So I definitely think staying out of the way of the purple player is a good idea. And attacking the black player, if you're choosing to do this strategy I'm mentioning, which is staying out of the purple player's way, isn't a bad idea. And getting 13 territories, so if purple only attacks 1, knocks you down to 12, that extra troops worth of income, also not a horrible idea. Looks like the blue player is also going to start working towards the black player's capital. So the blue player has ideas. The blue player has a plan. Is the purple player going to interfere with that? Because right now, if you're the purple player, here's what you do. Here's one of the at least one of the things you can do. You got this nice stack coming in right here, this 20. Boom, 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 boom. You've got this 1-point guard on your bonus, right? That the blue player is not going to have a trade, can't break. And the turn after that, you go ahead and take this territory. You take this bonus. Turn after that, I guess if you really want to, you can take this bonus. But if you want to play safe as a purple player, you're going to play the long game. So this 10 right here shouldn't be here. This 10 needs to move up. Go ahead and move up. Okay, it does not move up. So while the blue player likely will not be able to break this 6 right here, will not be able to hit this 6 successfully, be able to roll it. And I understand why they maybe didn't go forward one more, because that would open up this 4, then they make this a 9, and then the 9 rolls whatever is left here, maybe a 5, maybe a 4. But if you move this 10 up, the 9's not gonna successfully roll a 14 or a 15 or a 13, whatever it ends up being. So the purple player not playing as aggressive as they could play, but they're not in a situation where playing less aggressive is going to hurt them too badly. Because right now, the blue player, while they are making moves, it is definitely going to be a struggle, and the win is not going to come from blue playing really well, I don't think. I think it's going to come from purple making a mistake or not playing aggressive enough. The blue player already knows what they need to do. They need to exist and hope the purple player makes a mistake or look for an opening where they can play more aggressive. Right now, the blue player is about to be card blocked, so no more cards for the blue player if the purple player decides that to be so. Let's see. Yep. So this is likely a card block from the purple player, so the blue player will still be getting 5 troops of income, but they will not be getting any more cards. This is tough. So if you're the purple player, you've got exactly what you need to do. You can move forward 1 right here, but that's going to open up 20 stacks, so don't do that. Right? If you want to play more aggressive, maybe you want to tempt blue into wasting a bunch of troops, you can, but okay, so actually a horrible roll for the blue player. They roll the 5 on 6 and they lose 5, and the purple player only loses 1. That must be so frustrating. But blue player lining up to try again. Let's see what the purple player does. Let's see if they reinforce this 5. So you don't take this 13 and move it up. Don't do that, because you're going to open up this 20 stack. That is not the safe choice. Okay? So if you want to try and bait the blue player into using a bunch of troops, so you can sweep back through, I could see that happening, but unfortunately, you're not going to have a trade, or you might not have a trade. We don't know what the purple player has in their hand right now. So instead, what they're going to do right now is they are going to have the guard on this bonus right here. Next, if they want to, they could take this bonus too. So looking very good for the purple player. They can take this 9, move it up 1. Okay? And then what they're doing is their income is so much higher. If they took this bonus and they blocked this, they're going to be having, honestly, they don't even need to move forward 1 yet. Just take this bonus. You're going to be at 12 territories for that extra bonus troop. You're going to have 2 bonuses and 3 capitals. It looks really good for the purple player, and honestly, great moves by them, recognizing when to strike. Luck for them also for having those trades when they had them. This game would look very different, I think, if the blue player had kept both capitals. So the blue player just stacking their capital. We're going to see what happens, see if the purple player makes any mistakes, opens up the blue player in a vulnerable time, and leaves themselves open for the blue player to make a run, which is very unlikely with the troop count, but not impossible. Purple player trade on 3. They have 100 troops. 100 troops. They are big right now. They can make moves, but they don't need to. They don't need to. So let's see what they choose to do. They're going to choose to take the... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So this might have been that moment that we were talking about where the blue player could strike, but unfortunately, the blue player is trapped. The blue player stack is trapped. They can't access anything over here. So unfortunately, the most the blue player can do right now is they can break this bonus, get that 3rd card. Maybe with that 3rd card, they have a big trade and they're able to make some moves. I would love to see that happen. Blue player's turn right now. We know what they're going to do. They are going to trade, move forward. If anything, trade, take this card and fortify 10 off. Right? And then you're going to be threatening. You're going to be threatening to take this capital, and you're going to be threatening to maybe take this capital. So that is the blue player's move right now. Does the blue... Okay, so they keep attacking. I do not agree with that. So what that does is that opens up that 19 to move this way, and and that's not great. So what they should have done is they should have attacked one right here and then fortified a bunch off in a way that threatens this and potentially threatens this if they have the trade on 3, which we may not find out if they had the trade on 3, although the purple player is not playing too aggressive, so I think we will. But I think that was there was definitely better options for the blue player, and I wish they had taken that instead. So keep that in mind for the future for those who are watching. This would have been just moving right here. So this 19 is not open to attack this way. Now this 15 could tack around, but that's going to open up this capital if this 15 came in and attacked around. So the capital could have come around and hit this, or we could have seen a double tap on a different capital. Who knows what could have happened, but that option is now closed off because of the blue player moving further down. Let's see if that blue player did actually end up getting a trade on 3. And it was a big trade on 3 for the blue player, so it would have looked, this game would have looked really different if that had come through for the blue player. They had chose to do that, but they didn't. So imagine right now how much of a trade on 3. So they got 10 troops plus their 5. Imagine if they already had 15 here. That's going to be 30. A 30 could have taken this capital. A 30 could have came down, threatened this capital, potentially taken it if it looked right, you know, or maybe if they're willing to risk that roll and then fortify half and half, because the purple player's not playing very aggressive, but instead the blue player not doing that, so this game looks much different. I think the purple player should start playing more aggressive. The purple player, I think, needs to start putting their foot down, because they are giving the blue player an in. The blue player had an in right there that they didn't need to have. The blue player was blocked. They had no troops off their capital. The capital had access to nothing. So definitely. Okay, so we are going to see the black player removed. We're going to see that bonus taken for the purple player, which is going to put additional pressure on the blue player. Honestly, just reinforce that bonus. Just hold it. Hold it right now. All that little bit of income is going to end this game that much quicker. Okay, let's see what the blue player chooses to do. All they can really do is take a card. And looks like that is what they will do. They're going to continue attacking. I don't think they need to do that, especially when doing so is going to open up more stacks to be able to attack around. I think right now the purple player is in a position where they could end it, or they could put themselves in a position where then next turn they end it. So definitely over attacking from the blue player in that position right there. They did not need to do that. Okay, so the purple player is attacking a bit more. Are we going to see a split right here? I wouldn't mind seeing that. An 8-on-6 is not 100% raw. I don't think they should take it, but they do take it, and it is not successful. So this is going to give the blue player another card. The blue player, are they going to choose to continue? The blue player taking a card Should they stop here? Maybe, but they're not. They're going to keep going. That is a-okay. I do not know about attacking right here. I think possibly not attacking right here, hoping the purple player has less between them to attack forward, opening up this 25. I think that is a good idea as far as making it so if the purple player wants to advance, the advancement needs to come from opening up this 25. So they are going to have, the purple player is going to have a 6 trade on the 5 cards. Are they going to choose to do a split so the blue player can no longer take cards? That is going to be very hard to do considering there is just a card right here when the blue player is ready to take it if this 2 continues to stay where it is. A 10 on 2 is 100% roll, so we are going to see some success here, although it's not great. They lose 4 on 2. They are pushing forward, continuing to attack. Not sure if that's necessary, but they should stop here. Anything else from this stack would open up the capital of the blue player. They are going to take some off of this 15. They honestly could have moved this 8 up here to make that guard stronger, but let's see if the blue player has another trade on 3 and how big it is, because if not, they will be card blocked. All of this, a struggle for first place. So good for these players, really pushing hard. Whew. I know I'm worn out, and I'm not even the one playing right now. So they are going to choose to stack on their capital and pass. What does the purple player choose to do from here? They are going to have the A trade on 3. Where are they going to put it, and what are they going to do with it? I mean, an option, I suppose, is they could beef this up a little bit. Let's say they put 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, 2 here or so, and then they put the rest here and take here and split. So they are getting a card. Okay, so they think their guard is strong enough, and it is, that they're able to secure another bonus by hitting the green player. This is the kind of thing that is going to both hurt the cause of the blue player and help the cause of the blue player, because holding these bonuses is great for the purple player. But how many cards did the purple player just lose? Or troops, I should say. So they just lost 19 troops to secure a bonus that was 4. So you can do the math, 19 divided by 4, and you can figure up exactly how long it's going to take to make up that amount of troops. It's going to take about 5 turns to make up that amount of troops. So can the blue player make something happen with that little teeny tiny step back from purple that's going to be made up quite quickly for? It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. The rest of this game should be the purple player closing out, but you never know what could happen. So using this 30, attacking here and splitting is an option. It doesn't open up the capital. Cards aren't as big of a deal in fixed, and especially right now, cards are not a big deal for the purple player. They could honestly just pass. They could choose to just stack up their borders and not march forward until they know for sure this 35 can't successfully roll anything. So that is an option for the purple player. They do choose to come up here and make this split so the blue player cannot get a card, and they do get a card. That's not bad, but we think right now the purple player or the blue player is getting 5 troops a turn. Let's pretend it takes 12 troops to successfully roll it. Successfully roll 12 extra troops for every 5 added to successfully roll. Don't memorize that number, just take it as an about. Those 12 troops, so how many do you need to successfully, so you need 12 for every 5. So you need to make sure you're getting how many troops per turn? More? 12? You just need to make sure you're getting 12. Okay, we got it. We get it, we got it, we good. And the purple player is getting 24 troops. So they are absolutely with enough troop income right now that they do not have to. There's no reason they have to continue to march forward right now, because eventually their advantage will be overwhelming. Maybe they can move this 9 up right here. Yep. Not a bad idea. Next, maybe they're going to build up some troops so they can take out this 24, removing the green player. That is an option. We'll see if that's what happens. Eventually, that 40 is going to be opened up. Question is, how much bigger is it going to be? It's going to be a 45, a 50, 55. And how strong will the purple player be when they choose to open up that 45? We're going to find out. But every turn that goes by, every 24 troops the purple player gets, it looks so much better. Their percentage chance to increase goes from their percentage chance to win increases from, let's think of a number, 97% to 98, 98.5 to 99 to 99.3. Like, the chances of the blue player pulling this out are very low at this point, though not impossible. So you might be thinking, I'm watching this. I've spent almost, if not more time, watching these two players played out than I watched the game when there was 5 players. And it's true, but I imagine that a lot of Risk, when played out not in the video game setting, when it's played out on a physical board, or maybe when conflicts are played out in real life, that end 1v1, I mean, wouldn't be surprising if it was a slow march forward, right? This might not look like the games you'll see when you're watching the best of the best play online. You're watching those videos, but this will look like the games you'll play if you're a lower ranked player. So definitely take this time to learn from what other players could have done. Could the purple player have ended this sooner? Yes. We saw they had a block on the purple player. They're in a position where they can continue to get more income, which they already had a lot. And on top of that, they could this slow march forward wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary, but it certainly was a safe way to play and a safe way to win the game. And I have no issue with it. We should see this closing out in the next 4 or 5 at most turns, probably the next 2 turns, 3 turns. It's going to depend on, once this is opened up by the purple player, once this capital from the blue player is opened up by the purple player, what does the blue player choose to do? Are they going to sit there and do nothing? Maybe look for an opening where the purple player gets a little sloppy, or are they just going to run it through and not do anything very successfully? We're going to find out. So what do you need if you're the purple player to feel safe moving forward? I would say if they have a 55 and you want to feel safe, then perhaps you want a 70, you know, if that's what you really need. So what you're going to do, I don't think you need a 70. On this next turn, take all 24 troops. On this 22, move it up 1. So that's already a mid 40 something, a 45, something like that. And then fortify this 20 forward, making that 65, 64, somewhere in there. And this is not going to roll that successfully. And if it does, it's not going to get very far. The blue player cannot cap run because you've got your capitals safely defended. I think this is the next move to closing out the game. Does this 45 move forward? It does. Does this 22 or 20 get fortified up to the 44? I would like to see that. And it does. So great moves from the purple player, understanding that they are pretty safe right now and that it is an option for them to move forward. So we're going to have a 65. Are we going to have a 65 on 65 roll? And we do. And honestly not bad dice. The roll's not successful, but it's not awful. And this is going to be the end of the game. The blue player held out, and I don't blame them for doing it. When you already have second, why not play for first? So is this 32nd to take the capital, or is the blue player going to be completely eliminated? Let's see what happens. Hacking forward. No. I wouldn't call this stalling because I don't think the purple player knows what they're doing, but they could have easily ended the game right now. Let's see how the blue player chooses to deal with that. They have been so patient this whole game. They're just going to stack up again, or are they going to roll it? Okay, they're saying, I'm going to stack up, I'm going to fortify to nowhere, and you're going to have to come to me. Okay, so now we are getting borderline stalling. Because I don't think the blue player is happy that the purple player didn't end the game. So what the blue player is choosing to do is they're choosing to run out their timer. And that is making the purple player wait, which not the best idea. It is a reportable offense, but I understand why they might be frustrated because the purple player didn't just end the game when they could have. But some players really like feeling like, hey, I just won. Let's hold on to this little win we just took, the feeling it takes, the feeling you get for what it takes to be able to win, which is skill and luck. And let's hold on to it. Let's just move forward one. Now, they really should have ended it, but I understand why the purple player may be tempted to just sit in that feeling for a bit. But now they're really having to sit in it because the blue player is running out the timer. Okay, now purple player should end it. Hopefully we don't end up in a cycle of people stalling. That's never fun. Two territories left. One territory left in a capital, and that is good game for the purple player. GG to everyone who played. Interesting. It got into the 1v1 very quickly. Let's see what ranks we have here. Novice, beginner, and intermediate, and the novice left very early in that. I wish they had stayed. I think the game would have been much more dynamic with that third player up there contesting. But good game to all these players. We definitely saw some plays. We saw some moments, some big moments, some moments where trades mattered, trades on 3 mattered, and we saw some mistakes, possibly. So hopefully everyone learned from this, and more importantly, I think everybody had fun. So get out there and play some Risk and have some fun doing it.